Hi guys, welcome to another painting tutorial. So today I want to paint this little fish called a neon tetra. It's like a really tiny fish with blue and red. I think they're really beautiful. I think they're really fun to paint as well, so I'm gonna give it a shot. This is the first time I'm gonna paint this. We're gonna use a little blank from Lure Blanks. It's this one. It's really tiny. It's just 3 centimeters or something. And neon tetra fish are about 2.5, so it's a little bigger. Now if I would try to paint it on a 2.5 centimeter blank, then it would be really too small for an airbrush, and that would make it really difficult. Since I'm already using an Iwata clips with a 0.3 needle, that is not the finest needle, so we'll have to be careful anyways. So going smaller would definitely make it really hard, and it's already hard. So let's give it a shot with this little blank. It's gonna be really cool, and we're starting right now. When I was young, my dad always used to have an aquarium, and I just loved watching the fish do their thing, just living their lives. Also, when I go to the zoo, there's only one place that really interests me, and that's the aquarium. I always go straight to the aquarium, and I can stay there all day, just looking at these fish, looking at the colors, looking at what they're doing. I just find it so fascinating. They're beautiful creatures. So I thought it might be fun to start a tutorial, a painting tutorial on how I would paint some of these species, because I think there are some really beautiful species out there, really fun to paint, and I'm sure they will catch fish too. Because yeah, if a fire tiger works, why shouldn't an aquarium fish color work? Right, so first of all, if we look at our reference pictures, even if you look on the internet, you got a few species, and some of them have like only the blue on half of the body, and then the red of the rest half of the body. Some of them also have an entire line of blue and then an entire line of red underneath. So because this lure is so small, we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna do red and the blue in the entire line over the whole body. So let's start off with our whites. I'm gonna use Wicked White, a little bit of 40-30. The reason I put 40-30 is for better adhesion, of course, but also to make my paint a little bit more transparent. And then some 40-11 to just make it shoot easier and thin down my paint just a little. But you don't want it too thin in this case, because then it's really easy to do spider webbing and stuff. And we don't want that, of course, because we want full control over our paint. And then, as you can see in the reference picture, just behind the gill plate and a little bit to the back, there is a little bit of white coming up as well. Now the blue line. Alright, so the line starts just above the eye, goes all the way over the gill plate, and then it goes slightly upwards towards the back. So now we just simply take a cotton swab and just simply remove all the overspray there, and we got a nice straight blue line. Well, it's not straight, but it's supposed to be not straight. I do feel like I need more white on the sides. I upped my air pressure a little bit when I felt that making the line was really difficult, and when I upped my air pressure a little bit, when went from 20 or maybe even 15 to a 25, almost 30 psi, and that just shoots, for me it shoots a lot better. So that looks pretty good. This is a tiny lure. I'm gonna take 1 drop of Vallejo Dead White, and I lowered my air pressure to about 5 psi or even less, and I'm gonna spatter. This is a spatter technique. Because my air pressure is so low, the paint is not coming out it doesn't spray out paint, it spits out paint right now. And that's a really nice spatter technique you get then. I'm gonna spatter on the other side of the gill plates. Just a little bit. And the reason for that is because the gill plates are not transparent. The red that is going to be on there doesn't need to be transparent. Now we're gonna take our pearl white and we're gonna do the entire body, but not in super heavy coats. What I mean by that is I also want some pearl white on the transparent parts, but not too much. I still want it to be very transparent. So everything is gonna get some pearl white, but not everything is gonna get as much. The head and the gill plates is gonna get quite a lot, of course. On the back I went a little heavier with the pearlescent, but on the sides it's still pretty transparent, so it's pretty clear. That looks pretty good. Now I'm gonna do the top first with moss green, and then I'm gonna do the last two parts with candy, because if we do candy first and we're going over with our moss green on top of that, the candy color is gonna bleed into the moss green. So you could also put an undercoat on there and then go over with moss green and everything. But I don't bother, because if we do our moss green first, we just can finish it off with candy basically and call it done. So that's gonna be a little quicker instead of bothering with undercoats right now. So I got my wicked detail here, which I think is an awesome natural color. It's a really great color for all the green accents on fish, because lots of fish have this kind of mossy green kind of colors on there. So moss green is a really great color. I don't need to change the color or mix it with something else. It's perfectly as it is, and that's what I like so much about moss green. So now I'm gonna do the top. Let's see, is the back of the head as well? Yeah, the back of the head is a little lighter, but it's green as well. So the entire top of the lure is gonna be moss green. I am layering one smooth layer of moss green on there. We're gonna use this little stencil here, and yeah, obviously this stencil is way too big, so it's not that important that it's super tight on there, because we're only gonna do the back and a little bit of the sides. But the thing is, we did only one layer of moss green, a very light coat on there. So now when we go over it, we're gonna make the scales darker, and there's gonna be this light moss green in between the scales. And that's the whole idea behind using only moss green to do the scaling, but do it in 2 shades of moss green. So now, as you can see, that is way darker, and that is the actual color that I want for my scaling. Then we got our nice dark green back. Now I do feel like I went too far with the green. There's too much overspray from the green scaling onto the white. So no problem, but we're gonna fix that. So we just take our Vallejo that white. We're gonna fix that white line again. We want that blue line to really pop out of this lure pattern. And it's not gonna happen if you keep your white like this. Take a pearl white again and go over that white line. And now we're gonna do the 2 last colors, 2 candies, Caribe blue and blood red. So I'm gonna start with the Caribe blue and do the blue line first. Right, ready for a nice and vibrant blue. Like so, nice and vibrant. Oh yeah, and I thought the eyes were blue as well. Yep, the eyes have a little bit of a bluish. We're gonna put some candy on the eyes as well. Now the original eyes that come with this blank are red eyes, but of course you can buy yourself the other color. Like so, nice blue eyes, perfect. So these are done, and now it's time for blood red. So guys, the lure is almost finished. Just the eyes and then we're done. And then our neon tetra is done. This lure is so tiny. I'm not used to do tiny lures. I always do jerk baits for pike fishing. For me, doing this lure is like a huge change. But I like it. I like change. Just a little bit of super glue on there. That is so cute. Damn. Yeah, that's nice. This is gonna be nice with epoxy on it. Really pleased with the result of this. So let's get a clear coat on it and see what the results are. So guys, our lure is finished. I have to say that looks really nice. It's really cute actually. So I love doing it and I love the result as well. I will be doing more of these kind of aquarium challenges or sea fish challenges or exotic fish challenges because you can learn so much from them just by doing a different pattern, and you can even imply those things that you learn by doing these exotic patterns to imply it in your own patterns which are maybe native. It's just really a fun way to experiment. So I'm gonna find us a new challenge soon, see if we can paint another cool little aquarium fish or exotic fish. And if you got any ideas for me, let me know in the comments down below. The paints and the tiny little blank that I used today, I will leave a link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye guys.